Welcome back to another episode of The Nerd's Opinion. I am Cody Cyberpunk, aka ObiWan Kenobi, because we gotta talk about this Obi-Wan trailer. I'm one with the Force is with me, the Force is not with this trailer. I gotta be honest with you, my overall thoughts, the trailer made this show look like it was gonna be boring. I'm wrong. I really hope I'm wrong. I'm a massive Star Wars fan. I've always been a massive Star Wars fan. I grew up with the OT. I have been a fervent prequel apologist ever since I was a child, because that's the era I grew up in. And I will even admit, sometimes Disney Star Wars does do well. Mando's great. Rogue One's great. Book of Boba Fett shit. And honestly, pretty much everything but Mando and Rogue One is shit. I don't know. I'll even give a pass to Force Awakens. Like, it was still trying to find its stride, hit new ground. They had to really bring people back because there were so many haters for the prequel trilogy. So I do want to be wrong. I don't want this show to be boring. But I'm judging this based on the trailer alone. I'm not judging the show, I'm judging the trailer. The trailer didn't really wow me. I feel like it didn't get me excited because it didn't give us anything we haven't already seen. We've seen Inquisitors, but, they were in the cartoon or the video games like Fallen Order. The trailer honestly makes it out, like with Uncle Owen, like standing there against that Imperial bitch. The trailer makes it look like, maybe Uncle Owen might be kind of a badass. Maybe he's got something to him. Which, if you read the comics or the EU, you would know he was. Uncle Owen's a badass. Again, nothing we haven't seen. We've honestly even seen the era of the Empire in between episodes 3 and 4. I mean, The Force Unleashed was kind of like the first big thing that ever gave that to us. It's an amazing game. Too bad the sequel sucked. My point is, just taking stuff we've already seen and things we know and putting it in live action, that's not enough to get me excited, and that's what a lot of this trailer really felt like. Was like, hey, all this stuff you've read about or seen in cartoons or seen in video games, now we're filming it with real people. Yeah, and that doesn't wow me. I know a lot of this stuff already. I know these stories. I know these characters. If you want your trailer to wow me, give me something that makes me question, that makes me like, oh, I wonder what's going to happen here. It's an Obi-Wan show. Well, we know he doesn't die at the end. We know he's going to live. We know he's going to be successful because, he's an integral part of Star Wars. The original Star Wars, A New Hope. So, what are you going to do for stakes? I don't know what they're going to do for stakes, but nothing in the trailer got me excited about how the stakes were going to go because there wasn't enough to go off of that, again, we haven't already seen before. We've seen Inquisitors. We know the Inquisitors aren't going to get Obi-Wan because we've seen Old Man Obi-Wan in Rebels, and he had his fight with Maul. There's just so much that didn't, in my opinion, really make sense to use as, to use for this trailer. Not only that, but the show is called Obi-Wan Kenobi. The trailer features so little Obi-Wan Kenobi. Don't get me wrong. I don't want anything spoiled for me. I don't want to know everything that's going to happen. But take a moment and let's take a look and see how much Obi-Wan is in this trailer. Look at that. That's abysmal for a show called Obi-Wan Kenobi. To me, this makes it look like he's not going to be the main character of his own show, which we've already seen. The Book of Boba Fett. That was the Fennec Shand show. Not that there's anything, well, okay, there's plenty wrong with that, but not that it's Fennec Shand's fault. Like, she's a great character. Frankly, if the show was called The Book of Fennec Shand, it would have been great, because she's an integral part of that story. She did a lot. She was, quite honestly, one of the most compelling parts about the show. But the show was called The Book of Boba Fett. And, we didn't really get a whole lot of interesting Boba Fett. We got interesting, Fennec Shand and boring-ass Boba Fett. I don't want you guys to take this the wrong way. I am not a modern-day Star Wars hater. I think that we've gotten a lot of really good modern Star Wars, particularly in comic book and video game form. Disney's been doing this for 10 years now, and the results have been really, really mixed. I'm not just going to disregard this show because of a trailer. In fact, I'm such a huge Ewan McGregor and Hayden Christensen fan. I love their chemistry. I've always loved their chemistry, despite the fact that so many prequel haters stated they had none. That I'm just for those two alone, I'll watch this show. But the trailer itself is a poor, lackluster trailer that makes me worry about the quality of the show that we're going to get. I don't want to come across as a complete hater. There are some redeeming qualities to the trailer, and I would be doing a disservice if I did not acknowledge those. For one, Ewan looks fantastic. Like, not even he himself, but like as the character of Obi-Wan Kenobi, he looks like he could age into the Alec Guinness character that we got in A New Hope. Like, he looks just, and maybe this is just my nostalgia for the original trilogy showing, but when Obi-Wan is looking through those binoculars, then he takes him down and he sees, like, got the crow's feet and he's all aged, he looks like he could really, over the course of the next 10 years or so, due to the scorching heat of Tatooine and shit can't be good for your skin, age into the Alec Guinness character. That, just looks-wise, he looks great. I'm wondering why his hair is long now, and then Alec Guinness's character's hair is really short. We've never really seen barbers on Tatooine, but for all we know, there's some fucking Rodian in Mos Espa running some fucking barbershop, some intergalactic barbershop, and he's the best damn Rodian barber ever. I don't fucking know. And also, we get to see what we assume is young Luke. We don't actually know this is young Luke. In fact, a friend of mine, who I will refer to as Bones, had an interesting fan theory that that's not actually Luke, that it's Biggs, and that we're seeing like a young Biggs, and that the show will actually show Luke later on, like playing with Biggs. Like maybe they just cut it before Luke is actually introduced. Probably not the case. It probably is Luke, and it's meant to invoke the sense of like a young Anakin. But I did think it was kind of interesting because technically he's right. We do never hear it, hear him being called Luke. We don't officially see it stated, so it's an interesting theory to say the least. Also, if it is Luke, it's also interesting to me that Star Wars has been around since the mid-'70s. We're in 2022. We've never seen child Luke before. I mean, we've seen like baby Luke at the end of motherfucking Revenge of the Sith, but we've gotten child Boba Fett and child Anakin before we've gotten a child version of literally the main hero of the series, the most recognizable hero of all of Star Wars. It just kind of blew my mind to think about. So, yes, those two things interest me quite a bit. The uncanny resemblance to the Alec Guinness version of Obi-Wan and a child Luke Skywalker. Yeah, I can't complain about those. That's really cool. But that being said, there are still more issues I want to get into. Namely, Duel of the Fates. I get it. It's a banger. I love Duel of the Fates. Everyone that's heard Duel of the Fates fucking loves Duel of the Fates. Because it's, man, I can't stress this enough, fucking Duel of the Fates. But in this trailer, I'm sorry, it was really not used correctly. I mean, think of the title. Duel of the Fates. When was it used in the trilogy? The sequel trilogy. It's meant to convey a duel that will alter the course of events to come. Well, there's not going to be any Obi-Wan interacting with Maul in this show, or Obi-Wan interacting with Vader. There's no... I mean, if there is, I guess it would, in my opinion, break the canon that we already have and make the dialogue in later films and TV shows not make sense. But that's neither here nor there. My point is, while it is a banger, that's not just a good enough reason to use in your trailer. The Jaws theme. That is an iconic theme song. But you don't use the Jaws theme when the mayor is just talking to some dude on land. It doesn't fit there. It has a specific meaning and intent behind its usage. And here in the trailer, it's just nostalgia bait. It's just there for you to be like, oh, Duel of the Fates! I remember that! Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god! This is gonna be perfect! Well, no, like, maybe it's because I'm a musician and I've played in bands and booked bands and just, there's a lot that can be put into music and how it's used in any form of media outside of just the music industry. Here it was utilized in a way that was nothing more than nostalgia bait. That being said, I will give credence to my friend Paul, who did say that it could mean one of two things. When did Duel of the Fates first, enter our eardrums? The Phantom Menace. What did we hear in Revenge of the Sith about Qui-Gon? That he has learned to effectively become immortal through the Force, i.e. a Force ghost. So he said one of two things. That it, A, could just be a hint at Obi-Wan communing with Qui-Gon and getting some resolution on that one-off line in Revenge of the Sith. Or B, that it could be just a way to tease John Williams coming back, because John Williams has not been back since, if I recall, the final movie in that shitty sequel trilogy that I can't even remember the name of, the Rise of Skywalker. If it is either of these two things, then it is a brilliant idea on paper, but poorly executed. If it was going to be about Qui-Gon's return as a Force ghost, then they should have given us maybe like a snippet, maybe a single word of Liam Neeson dialogue that we could identify as Liam Neeson. Or if it was about John Williams coming back, well, it's just a really poor way to do it. John Williams has done the music for literally every Star Wars movie. They just happen to pick the most iconic one that, again, doesn't fit in thematically. So, hypothetically, I'm not against the idea of Duel of Fates being in the show. I am vehemently against how it was used in this trailer. It would be like, a new Pokemon anime trailer using an instrumental version of the original Gotta Catch 'Em All theme song for a internet series that doesn't even feature Ash. It would just be there to hype up old school fans and not actually have any bearing on the program itself. So yes, I love Duel of Fates. I will never hate on the song itself. But yeah, no, it was not well placed in this trailer. Sorry, it shouldn't have been used. Or if it was going to be used, it should have been used in a vastly different way. But yeah, that's my thoughts on the Obi-Wan trailer. I know not as positive as everyone else on the internet, but just remember, I'm only judging the trailer and not the show, and I am still going to watch the show. In fact, this is the most excited I've been for a Star Wars show. The trailer does in fact have me worried about the quality of the show itself and what we're going to see and where they're going to take the story. And, well, again, Disney itself has been absolutely hit or miss with their, Star Wars additions, for lack of a better term. So, I'm cautiously optimistic, and as a fan of film and the franchise, the Star Wars is a franchise, as a fan of both, I think that this was poorly constructed, and with only 2 months until the show's released, it has put some seeds of doubt in my mind. I will still go into the show with a completely unbiased thought process, and assuming it'll be a weekly release like, everything else that's been Disney Plus related, I'll watch every episode the day it comes out and hopefully be surprised, hopefully be proven wrong about my doubts. But as of right now, the trailer itself, which a trailer's job is to get you excited for the product, it failed in that regard. I'm excited for the product because the name Star Wars is behind it, and I'm a big Star Wars fan. If anything, this trailer hurt at least me, it hurt the concept of the show because it put more doubts in my mind than I had when there was no trailer. So that's where we're at. This has been Cody Cyberpunk, aka ObiWan Kenobi, for the Nerd's Opinion. And if you disagree with me, by all means, let me know in the comments. If you agree with me, definitely let me know in the comments. I love it when people agree and validate me. And if you want to watch some other videos, like ones about an obscenely long review of why Spider-Man No Way Home is just absolutely overrated, not even that great, not bad, but not that great, or opinions on Dragon Ball Z or video game franchises that need to be brought back from the dead, watch some of my other videos, and yeah, by all means, the nerds will inherit the earth.